Good day to you, gentle person on the internet, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at Stamped. And this is a game that has a huge amount of potential behind it. I do think there are some issues with it. I think there is some content that we're going to deliver in the critique section as to things that I think might need to be nudged a bit to let this game go further. But in itself, the atmosphere and the general design of this game is very, very good, very, very enjoyable indeed. It's sort of like a Papers, Please style game where you're looking at documents and you're trying to spot the anomalies in the documents to decide whether to allow or not the purpose of the document. So yeah, I haven't played too much into it at all. I've only played a little bit. And then I was like, yes, I can already see this is a good game. Yes, I can already see some things I want to talk about. So I stopped playing it and I jumped in. I was playing it on Firefox. It worked okay. I'm now playing it on Chrome. Hopefully it's going to continue to work okay. And yeah, let's jump in. But just before we do so, let's take a look at the credits. A bureaucratic horror experience. Bureaucratic. Created by Jean-Marc Strauven. Interesting. Anyway, yes, very good. Good credits, very funny. There's an upgrades menu that we can eventually purchase some stuff on with credits. We don't have any credits yet. There's a records button which says I've done nothing on this browser as yet. There's a settings button which has many of the controls that I like to see and more. So full score plus bonus points for the settings, the UI stuff. Okay, that's enough looking at the other bits of the UI. Let us knock off this music and jump in. Beautiful music, very, very interesting. Interesting theming. I'm not sure what this music is saying to me about the setting and the context that we're playing in, but I do like it a lot. Anyway, new shift. Nexus Corp, night shift. Initiating terminal, blah, blah, blah. Shift 1 of 5. Nexus Corp system, initializing terminal. Welcome employee number 47. Isn't that the number on the name of the guy from Hitman? Anyway, position, processing agent level 7. Predecessor, data expunged. So we don't know who we are replacing, and apparently if we find any personal belongings in the drawer, please ignore them. They will be collected. Have a good first day. I lost focus. Right. So this is our UI. We have a document of some sort, in this case a hiring request, but it is in different types of documents. We have the ability to either reject it or approve it. And we have time counting down there quite quickly. No? Yes. Alright. We have an error counting over there. I guess that's our time limit. I'm not sure what that translates to. And we have a terminal in which we can find some more information. Let's have a look at this document first. Nexus Corp hiring request. Candidate information is Thomas Martin. Date of birth is that. Previous employer is Industry Pro. And he has 14 years of experience. He wants to go into research as a senior agent. Clearance level 5. Start date is like soon. Do we have the current date? I guess it is today's date. What is today's date? It's the 12th. The 12th of March. So he wants to start near the end of April with that salary. Background check is validated. He's fit. He has references. This is his HR manager. However, there are no signatures here. This has not been signed. So before I click rejected here, let us first of all, as it is recommended here, type in help, and we have all of these things, so various commands and that we can use to check things out, one of which is rules. And today's rules, day 1, okay, no special rules, so we're going to get special rules. Mandatory checks, employee exists, department matches, data consistency, sufficient leave balance for leave requests, Minimum seniority for NX012. What is NX012? I'm not sure what that is. This is 003, NX003. Clearance is valid. Okay, the clearance is also not valid. Background check is validated. Background check, I think, was validated, so that was okay. Salary is positive. The salary was positive. I have seen negative numbers. And the start date is not in the past. I think this is a future start date. Nevertheless, it is not signed. I think signatures were one of the rules here. Did we see signatures? No. Nevertheless, the clearance level is invalid, and I'm sure I saw somewhere that signatures have to be a thing. Maybe that is a later increase. I don't know. Anyway, we are rejecting this because the clearance is invalid, and it tells us the things that we have successfully noticed. Okay, so yes, the signatures were missing. You must have signatures, and the 5 was invalid. So we have successfully rejected this for good reasons, and we've spotted all of the reasons, I think. So next form, internal complaint. Rassam Manon, employee ID is from Human Resources. The accused person is Jacques Perrin from Maintenance. The complaint is theft, but the description is inappropriate behavior. There is a signature. There are no witnesses. What is this? 027. There's no specific rules for NX 027 that I can see. Nevertheless, I think the lack of witnesses is a problem. The inaccuracy between description and theft is a problem. Incident date is in the past. I'm not going to bother checking any of those other things because I think it's already enough there that chooses us to reject it. So reject. This claims no anomalies. Okay, so we got an error there. So we have a 10% error. So apparently it doesn't like this. Now, as we process through the game, various horror things are supposed to start happening. As you can see, there's now a little bit of twitches happening. And there's a French memo here. I think the maker of the game is French, so this may just not be translated. I'm not sure. I'm not going to try and figure out what that says. Alright, so despite my diligence, we actually screwed up there. I think this is actually the first form I've had in my test play that had no anomalies on it. Anyway, alright, so we have another internal complaint by Sarah Bonnet from production against nobody, employee not found. So I think that is worthy of rejection, so we're already rejecting it, but let's go. So it's already theft, inappropriate behavior. I'm surprised there was not an anomaly, and I'm surprised that no witnesses are not really an anomaly. I suppose you can't always have witnesses. Did he steal during the department meeting? I don't know. We've got the plaintiff's signature. Was it the plaintiff's signature previously? Anyway, we can't have a complaint against nobody ghost, employee not found, so we are going to reject that. Yeah, employee not found is not found in database, so that is no good. They just didn't know who to complain about, I suppose, which is presumably a different form. Right, a leave request. Henry? NX001, that sounds dodgy. General management. Hire date. What is the question mark? Oh, I think that just got auto corrected because he has a special number, a special rank, so we didn't even get a chance to reject that despite all of the invalid elements in it. Yeah, so that was just because he's the boss and we don't get to argue the boss. So maybe that was a legitimate number or something about it. Just made it that we didn't even get to choose that. So this is part of the bureaucracy nightmare where some people just don't get it. Anyway, leave request. Helene Renard wants leave. She's the position. She wants to start in June, I guess. That does not appear to be a valid end date. That looks more like a name. So I'm going to reject it. I don't know, does that mean something in French? Is that a translation error, or is that just an invalid entry? I'm going to reject it based on that. No anomalies? Well, then what the hell's the end date of jamais? I don't know, does that mean like same day or something? Anyway, they didn't like it. Uh-oh, our screen is starting to go glitchy. Let's type in clear and see what happens. Let's type in rules just so we have them back on the screen. Alright, next form. Internal complaint. Gregory Masson is complaining about Natalie Blank. Harassment. The same description. Maybe this is a game bug. Maybe there's just no other descriptions that needs still to be added. I don't know. Incident date is before time. We have a signature from Masson. I don't know. This looks valid to me. I suppose we need to check some ID numbers. Let's click some help here. Weird noises happening in the background. EMPOIEE EMP-00126. This is indeed Masson Gregory, who is in production. Has a certain level of seniority and things like that. Now if we press upwards, like any good terminal, it will return the previous entry. You know, the previous line, like it's a good Linux thing, I guess. I suppose that happens in DOS these days as well. Anyway, but yeah, so we can just edit it and we can type the next one in. And this is indeed Natalie, who actually has more seniority than the person complaining about her. But anyway, I think that's fine. Let's just check in the rules. What document ID is this? 027. We don't have anything special about 027. Oh, we finished our shift. Alright, we didn't get to finish that one off, but I think that was going to be a legitimate one. We only have 50% accuracy. We only earned 87 credits. So we're stepping into shift 2. Let's try do another one. Alright, let's see what kind of progression we have here. All leave requests from the production department are suspended, so they must be rejected. Alright, so that's a new rule. So let's just type in rules there. Oh, and we have an unread memo, so we can review the memos in a moment. Yeah, okay, so if someone requests leave from production, we reject it. Fine. Let's type in memos and see what it is. Okay, that was the memos is our new rule. Fine. Okay, so now we have an equipment request. Robert Vidal wants a desk lamp, but he wants -1 quantity, and that is invalid, so we're going to reject this. Can we spot anything else out? It's a replacement, there was a signature and all that kind of things, but you can't request a -1. No, alright. Employee, I was pressing tab to see if it auto-completed, but it didn't. 050. Alright, so his levels there, except that he is suspended. Anyway, we're going to reject this because there is... Oh. Someone has sent us a message. An incognito message that I think just says hello, or good evening, or something like that. Anyway, we were going to reject it. Okay, so he was no longer active. Quantity must be greater than 0. And an invalid item code. Okay. Oh, I see. The item code was an error. Cool. Still, we got that right. Nice. Marie Dubois wants leave. She is from research, so it doesn't divert our new rule. Assuming that this works on current dates. It's currently the 12th, so that's fine. 25 is April, June, and November, so it's 31, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 6, 1, 2. Alright, I think 8 days is valid there. Supervisor has put in his name, he has signed, everything's happy. So let's see now, is this a valid employee? 103. She's active. Research and development, so not production. She's got enough balance. I think this all looks good. I think we can approve this. So, I don't know what that means. Approved. Great. Correct decision. So allowed. Bravo. Something's actually managed to get through us. Cool. We want a transfer request. Somebody wants to be transferred from security. Do we have anything to do with transfer requests? 12. Minimum seniority has to be 2 years. Alright, we need to double check that. He claims to be 5. Minimum notice period. Minimum notice period 30. Okay, that's for NX66. That's not us. Alright, this looks good so far, but let's just check his number. Nero, so status active. Where's the seniority? 5 years and 0 months. Yeah, he's just hit the 5-year mark and wants to be transferred. This looks fine. Career advancement from security to HR. Alright, all the signatures are there. I think this looks like we can approve it. Yes, the computer agrees. Alright, a resignation notice. It's 066. There was a special rule for 066, wasn't there? Minimum notice period is 30 days. Alright, effective date. Sure, I think that's about right. The signatures are all there. Let's check 051. 051. Alright, she is terminated. Oh, 831. She's terminated last year, so why is there a resignation notice for someone who's already been terminated? This document has rolled through again to us, so I'm going to reject it because she is already terminated. Yeah. Nice. Got that one right. We've still got some time left on our day. Leave request. 135. This isn't the person we were just looking at, so no. She wants a leave request. She's an HR assistant. NX001. No special rules for NX00. Oh wait, hang on. Production. No, she's human resources. Alright. Annual leave. She wants 7 days. That looks about right. It's been signed. The signing date is not correct. Is that worth rejecting over? I think it might be. Let's check this person out. 135. Floor 4. Human resources is active. She doesn't have enough days left. So that's 2 reasons to reject it. So let's reject that. Insufficient leave balance. Alright, so it wasn't... They didn't have an issue with the signing date of this being ahead in the future. Alright, it would be nice to have the date that we're playing as somewhere on the screen. I don't see it anywhere, so I don't think we know what the date is. Does this thing tell us anything about that? Okay, there's a verified dates. Calendar? Okay, it just tells us about the date, I guess. Alright, next form. I have time to do one more, I think. Okay, this looks like a special one. And nothing is filled in there. So this form concerns us. What is Ferma? Alright, just closed it, I guess. I'm not sure. There is a fair bit of French in here, so obviously translations need to be done. And my screen is getting darker and weirder. Alright. What is that? Yeah. Anyway, let's see. This person wants floor access requests. Current floor is -2. Is there a -2? Is that an error? I mean, he's maintenance, so that seems reasonable. How do I find out what are the correct floors? Let's have a look at his ID. Level 1. Okay, his floor is -1, so that is already... Oh, we're getting some glitches in there, so we don't know if that's valid. But it doesn't match his floor supervisor. I'm already inclined to reject this. What is this? NX47. Do we have rules for NX47? I'm going to run out of time in a moment. No, I'm going to reject this. I don't like the floor thing. Yeah, okay, we were right not to like the floor thing. And our time is about to run out. I just happened to notice. I should have just rejected that one as well because it was already wrong. Secret Promotion. Performs. You're summoned to floor 47. If I go to main menu, can I buy some upgrades? Okay, so let's have a look at the upgrades that we can get. Alright, there's an all button. Let's have a look at them. Mental health. Okay, so let's limit them down a bit. Group therapy, sanity recovery per shift. Sanity recover plus 20% shift, but we have to buy this one first. Maximum sanity plus 10, plus 20, and in a fortress. Alright, so there's a sanity mechanic that we can deal with. Efficiency, we get more time. Things are okay if we make errors, I guess. We get more money with bonuses and things like that. And cosmetics, which I don't really care about. Let's buy that. And let's buy that. Alright. Now, if I go to new shift, does this continue where we were, or... Alright, so it's day 1, so I don't get to see what that promotion stuff and things were about. but I do get to start at the beginning again. Alright, and that is all the gameplay I'm going to show. There's clearly a lot in here, but I don't want to give away too many secrets and things like that. I want you to come and play it, so the link will be in the description. Come and give this a game. If you like or dislike the video, then go tell the dev, not me. I mean, the game. If you like or dislike the game, go tell the dev, not me, because I'm not going to take credit for the game. If, however, you like or dislike the video, please drop a like or a dislike accordingly. Don't forget to leave a comment telling me why you liked or disliked it, because that will help me make better videos. And don't forget to drop a subscribe if you want to see indie games showcased, plus some other stuff that's still in the works but will be coming soon. Yeah, hit that subscribe button if that interests you. And if you are just here for the gameplay, then thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Some critiques for those who are staying for the critiques. Well, okay, UI is absolutely beautiful. I love the UI. I think it's fantastic. How do I get out of here? Is there a way? I can mute it, but that doesn't seem to do anything. Can I put the music volume down a bit? There we go. It's a bit loud in my ears. Sorry if that has taken it off the video. Anyway. Right, the UI. Yes, the UI is fine. There is no tutorial per se. I did struggle with that. This desperately needs a tutorial. It is, however, chapter 1. I don't know if that means we play through and get to the other chapters while we're playing, or if this is just, you know, promise of more coming in the game. I mean, either way, that's pretty good. That's pretty promising. Yes, the UI in general is fantastic. I have a few specific comments, but I'll leave that for the gameplay things. Sounds are fine. I would like more kind of system sounds. There's like ambient sounds, but it doesn't feel like, you know, I'd like some kind of sound when typing. I'd like some kind of sound when the thing is displaying text. I know that's not very realistic, but it does make the game feel a bit more okay, I'm just going to approve this because it's the guy. Alright, that was rejected. Anyway, I wanted to see the sounds. I would like more sounds around that. A little more audio cues for what I'm doing and how I'm interacting with it. Those are the sounds that are missing. But the rest of it, the atmosphere is absolutely exquisite. Love it. The artwork, I think the game looks really good. I did see there was some cosmetic increases available in the upgrades menu. Yeah. I think the game looks fantastic and the atmosphere is fantastic. So bravo on that. Just do need some interactive sounds and a tutorial, a lot more training on how to play. So those are my just quick off the top critiques. Now the biggest one I have is the gameplay mechanisms. I don't like this thing where it's just, you know, reject or approve this, and you have to have noticed the things and really, you know, I would like to be able to click on something, whatever it is that I have noticed, and say, I believe this is the error. And then have a little button like I click on that line and it highlights that line, and I go rejecting because of this, and it goes ding, you know, you have successfully rejected it because of this, and then it might say also we've noticed this, like this anomaly was spotted or something like that. But I think there would be a lot more interactive, or alternatively like an intermediate step. What can I click on something and say I believe this is an anomaly, and then the display goes, yes, this is an anomaly, or no, that seems fine, and only then can I reject or approve it. Because I don't like this thing where you're clicking the button at the end and kind of making that decision, making that conclusion with no real testing ability. Like in Papers, Please, you could click on things and say this is an issue and question about it and talk about it, and it becomes a little more obvious that it is actually an issue. Yeah, I just there feels like there could be more layers in here to be able to test your assumptions about things, especially in the lack of a tutorial. But even with the tutorial, it would be nice if there was more interactivity here, where I could check the document and either reject on a specific line or reject based on, or like check to see, is this date okay? Is this thing okay? Yes, there are things in here that you can type to do it, but I don't know, it's not quite interactive enough. We are in HR Basement 3. That's terrifying. Yeah, so that is really my gameplay critique, is I would like more tools that I can use to see whether or not something is definitively rejectable before I click these final buttons. And yes, that does remove some of the gameplay challenge, but I think it makes the game a lot more fun, and you can make the issues a lot more complex, or even have issues that the computer might not recognize, or something along those lines. I don't know. It will add depth to the game and make it more fun rather than just difficult, and I think that's quite important. At least that is my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. If you think that would make it too easy and less fun, accordingly say so, and then I'll know for next time. But yeah, also it needs a date on the screen somewhere, because I don't know what this is and what these dates are in reference to. I'm assuming in today, but I don't know, that was weird that the guy had signed after today's date and things like that. Yeah, other than that, this is quite powerful. This is intense. I feel like there's a lot of lore and story here. Some of it could be unpacked a bit more with more stuff. Also, I think there's translations issues that need a little bit of working on. Yeah, otherwise I think this game is fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. I am very, very comfortable playing it. Bravo devs for making a great game. Excellent engagement, excellent concepts. UI needs a little bit of tidying up, needs a tutorial, needs a little bit more interactivity sound. Otherwise, I think this game has the potential to go places. Let me hit escape and just see if there's anything else interesting on the UI. On the itch.io page here. Grazul X is apparently the dev. There's some development logs, some comments and things like that. Yeah, it wasn't made for a game jam or anything, which is what I was wondering. This is just a solid game that the developer has brought out and offered to us, and I think it is amazing. Available in English, French, and Dutch. Very good translations. It is still a little bit too much English considering I'm playing it. Too much French considering I'm playing it in English. But I think that may be a bug, or it might just be deliberately like that, and I'm not supposed to understand what it means unless I speak French. I don't know. But I think it's cool. Either way, I enjoyed this a lot. And that is all I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you come and play this game. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.